Okay, so I today received my new toy. I bought a 3018 CNC / laser. It's not the greatest machine, obviously, but I have two other CNC machines. I have two Workbee CNCs, and I have a K40 laser. But the problem is, if I want to do items together, then it's a huge alignment issue. And so this one, now this is smaller than I really want, but it's looking at the design, I have enough parts here that I could easily upgrade this to be bigger, because I think it's approximately just under 12 inches by around 7 inches. That's the working area of it. And I build crib boards that are minimum 12 by 18, and I go up to about or 12 by 8, and I go up to maybe a little bit bigger than that, 14 by 10 maybe. So there's an upgrade kit you can buy for this for $70 and upgrade this, or I have all the parts and I'm going to make my own, and then I'm going to beef up the rails on it, because these, I believe, from what I read, but each kit's different, but I bought this off Amazon, and the person selling it there did not actually list the specifications of each of the rods. So my understanding is, I believe they're 8mm threaded rod and 10mm linear rails. So I guess we'll find that out when I get to there. And then I want to beef mine up to 20mm rails. So it just on the one axis, the one that I extend, so there'll be no flopping around in there. So okay, so I'll pull the parts out and go from there. Now, one of the things that when I first ordered this, not the greatest light in here, but anyway, let me see if I turn this light on, it'll help over here. Not really, it gives you a little bit of light. So anyway, so I'm going to go through these. Oh yeah, I look in here. It looks like that rod is a 10mm rod, which is good. It'll give you a little bit more strength. So there's the T8 rod, and I don't know if it's single start or double start or 4-start, whatever. Okay, so now here's your pillow blocks. Oh, these are plastic, eh? See, I wasn't sure when I bought this if it's plastic or all metal. These are obviously plastic. You can buy metal ones, so that might happen. Okay, so I got 4 bearings, and then this one is the, you'll put your spring in there and put your other nut in there, and you have your backlash. Okay, so these are plastic. See, and that's, someone online said that too in one of the videos I watched. So I'm a little concerned. Hopefully they're accurate. I thought they were aluminum. Clearly not. And these are the two. These will be your, I believe this is your rail across the, that would be your, in this instance, that would probably be your x-axis, but I'm going to flip it and make the x go the opposite direction when I make mine. Okay. Okay, so I'll keep a lot of this parts here. Okay, so this will be, the motor gets mounted on here. This is where your threaded rod will ride in. Just I want to double check to make sure you guys are seeing this here. And two more. I'm not sure what those ones are for. Well, these are your cross ones. I'm not sure what these ones are for then. Oh, there's a top plate too. I did not know that. Okay. So I don't have my glasses on, but the manual here Okay, so we'll look into that in a second. Now here's is the table. Now it's a pretty small table, and I'm just gonna pause this for a second here. Okay, so I went to get my glasses so I can actually see what I'm doing here. Okay, so this table is 7 and 8. This is, I don't have a metric tape measure with me right now. And 11 and 7/8. Okay. Now, if I extend my machine, now I'm not going to make it wider, but I want to make it longer. So I'm going to pretty much double this. So I'm going to look at, I have a bunch of this extruded aluminum. Oh, they're not even the same thickness. Ooh, I guess I won't be doing that. I thought these were the same thickness and I was going to marry some of these together. Well, I might have to make my own table then, I guess. It'll be thicker than this, so it'll be stronger than this. So, okay, so that's the table. Okay. And now the fun stuff. So basically we have some little these are small NEMA 17s, but we got 2 there. And then there's one already mounted. So the Z-axis is already made. 3D printed. Again with the brass nuts in there already, so we just have to put the spring in the other nut to create the backlash. The one thing I'm not happy with is the travel. There's only 1 3/4 inches of the travel, not a lot of travel. So I've seen on Thingiverse and stuff, people have been remaking these and making it a bit more travel. Like, so I don't know. I'm not really happy with when I'm changing from a spindle to my laser. You know, this is all plastic and I don't know how long it's really going to last. So that kind of worries me a little bit. So there is kits out there now with all metal ones. I didn't know that until I already ordered it. So so here's the spindle. Now this is 775 spindle. I don't know for sure what the voltage of this spindle is. Yeah, I'm not sure the quality of this or not. Once I get it hooked up, we can tell. But I bought one of these spindles separately a year ago just to play with, and yeah, they're not that great a quality. So this will get me started, because all I'm going to be doing on my crib boards is drilling holes and laser. So okay, so that's the spindle, and then here, what do we have in here? Oh, this is my offline controller. Yeah, so you can actually control the machine. There's a little tiny LCD in there. Not sure if I'll even use this, because it even comes with an SD card. How big is your SD card? Because I know the SD cards are crap. Oh, this is an SD adapter. So it's not even an SD card. Is there there's a micro SD in there. 1 gigabyte. Which in reality for text files, which G code are, that's probably lots. You could probably put quite a few on a 1 gig file. So anyway, so that's the controller. And I wanted to play with that, so I probably won't use it. I'll probably hook to the computer mostly. So okay, and there's the instructions on how to use all that. So that's good. Okay, so we'll put that back in there so it doesn't get all mixed up. Okay, and we have a power supply. Now this is what I'm not certain of what our power supply is. Input 100 to 240 volt, 1.3 amps. Output is 24 volts at 5 amps. Okay, that's quite a bit. Because these little stepper motors, I can't see taking more than 1.5 amps, maybe 1 amp. But I guess if you have 3 of them, and then I'm not sure what this is a 24 volt, I think. I think it's 1 amp. So I guess, yeah, you probably would need 5 amps once you have all 3 stepper motors and stuff in there. So okay, I'm gonna keep things kind of in here a little bit. Okay, even came a pair of safety glasses. Oh, 2 pairs of safety glasses. Look at that. Never gonna get these to fit in here now, but oh well. What else is in here? Let's turn this around. There's some tie wraps in here. And there's a thumb drive, and I believe this actually has the software on it. So I'm going to keep that out, take that upstairs. Here we got, let's see if I can get these glasses back in here. I think the problem is it's kind of, this is pushing out all the hardware and stuff. So I'll pull all this stuff out and go through it. Okay, so we have our USB cable. Oh, it's a micro USB. Okay, this I believe is the control board, and this is kind of one of the reasons I wanted to buy and play with this. Oh, you know what's missing? My laser. Is that my laser? There it is. Okay. I wanted to play with the laser. My board that I have on my other CNC machines do not handle lasers from here. So I bought this so that I can learn about lasers. So laser goes here. No, your spindle goes here and your laser goes here. Your laser is PWM, and then your 3 stepper motors, and then here's your controller for your offline controller, and then these will be switches for limit switches and stuff like that, which it doesn't come with, but I think I'm going to add them eventually. And there's a reset button and a power on and off button. Okay, so that's nice. Nice little case, which nice to see. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. Again, this is the laser. Now, this is a small laser. I actually have a small laser. Mine's only a 300 milliwatt laser. No, 500 milliwatt laser, and it's twice as big as this. So I'll have to see. I can't get in there now. Yeah, they put it in here, and then you can't get your fingers in to pop it open. So there we go. Okay. So there's the main wire. And so here's your laser. So there's your focusing. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to build a wheel that will fit on there to be a little bit bigger, so when I'm focusing, my finger's no chance of hitting the beam. And then this is the control module. See, the little one that I had, this control is a lot smaller, and it's mounted on my laser. So that's what confused me, because I didn't know which wires were for what. So this plugs into here, and then this 3 wires in here, so power, and then it'll be your PWM, and that goes into your board. So that's I don't know if I can just hook that up manually. Like, it'd be nice if I could. Oh, there's a button on here. I might play with it. I might just hook it up to power supply and just manually turn it on and off and see what I can burn. Because my other one, I can do that. I don't have to run the PWM on it. So okay, so that's that. Okay. Okay, so these are some nuts and bolts. Okay, there's even a cheap wrench in here. These are going to be your hold downs. They're not worth much. I'll probably switch them up, but to start with, they'll be okay. One set is box head, so it'll fit in the T, so it'll be good. And then the other one is to screw to give it support. Okay, and then here's our wires for our stepper motors. So there's 3 sets in there. Oh, I forgot to put this back in there. Here, I gotta put that down here. Okay, and then here's all the nuts and bolts. Okay, there's our 2 springs are in here. We got our 2 nuts to complete our backlash nut. You got your 2 couplers for your motors. You got some Allen keys in here, and then you got a whole bunch of M5 screws and M5 T's. These little brackets, the dropping brackets. So it looks like everything is here. That was my biggest concern. I want to make sure everything's here. And then it also came with a cheap set of V-groove. I don't even know what the angle of this is. They didn't specify, but oh, look at that! How good that is! It broke. Cheap crap. Okay, so it's probably like a 30° or something like that. But yeah, you could see that they're not too bad. They're not really good for much, like wood or nothing. But if you're going to engrave, say, acrylic or aluminum, something like that, maybe. I don't know if this thing will engrave anything more than aluminum, and if it'll even do aluminum. Some people say yes. There's a few people that said they've done stainless steel with it. So I don't play with stainless steel, so that's not going to be something I'm going to be looking to do. But aluminum for sure, I'm looking to maybe play with aluminum. So okay, come on. So I've got a broken case there. Okay, and then these, I believe, they're 2mm. I don't know if they're flat or ball ends, but they're 2mm, and it says 17 cut depth, which is 17 is just under 3/4 of an inch. So yeah, so that's the cut depth, and they actually look like, I can't quite see. Yeah, they are ball nose on here, so which is good for if you're doing 3D work. Okay, so that's those. So that's the machine unpacked. So it looks like everything's there, and the only thing I don't really know what's what are these. Oh, these are the that go this way. Sorry, I guess I should be able to figure that out. I thought they were longer than that. See, I wanted almost double the length of this when I upgrade mine. So I'm either going to upgrade and put a brand new Acme nut on here, or I might just buy the longer one. That's the only thing that I definitely need to buy, would be the threaded rod, the Acme, the T8 rod. Okay, and because I have some 20mm, which is twice as thick as that, which then will give me a lot more support, because if I'm extending that, and then I'll, instead of using aluminum table, I'll make a good wooden table or something, because I can't. I thought I could make this one bigger. This is kind of disappointing, because I have a ton of this size. This is 20 by 20, but this is 20 by 40. I have some 20 by 80, and I thought that I could put them on here. But what I might do is take the 20 by 80 and put about 80, because this is, how big did I say this was? This is 7 inches, so that would be 180mm, and I want to pretty much double this. So if I go to 360, okay, so you know, I could put 4 or 5 of those other ones together, and you know, attach them with something like this from the bottom, because this is almost 12 inches, so not quite long enough, but close. And then that'll give it extra support. So we'll see what happens. But overall, I'm somewhat pleased. Okay, so that's the assembly instructions, and that's a different video. This is the only thing that I'm slightly not happy with. I can see right in here, there's already a piece of plastic stuck in there. So I want to make sure I can get that out of there before I'm actually gonna cut this. I want to see how smooth this is. Yeah, it's not bad. So that should be good. Okay, and then here's our threaded rod, or rods. So looking at here, well, there's a lot of play in there, so yeah, so it's definitely not going to be that accurate of a machine, but overall, I mean, it rides okay. And then see, these ones look like these are smaller, which I have that size. So I'm thinking about 3D printing this, but making it bigger. So this part will have to stay the same, but this will get cut off and then lifted up. Even if I lift it up about another, I don't know, inch and a half. Once it's built, then I'll decide, because then I can do the measurements and see. Because I'm thinking about lifting up when I put these on, because I want to use 80 millimeter. These are 40. So when I do my when I build my upgrade, this is what my side rails will be. This right now is the side rails. This will be my side rails. So instead of mounting this down here, like the instructions say, I'm actually going to mount it up here. So I'm going to gain 40 millimeters. Okay. Now the problem is I'm going to lose a bit when I put on the different threaded, or the different linear rails, because I'm doing 20. So and then the blocks are a lot bigger in that one. So that'll be part of it. But when this happens like here, then I'm still going to mount this on the bottom, and then this will be up top here, right? And this way, because this is where the motors and stuff hit, so that'll raise it 40 millimeters, and then I need to adjust that, and then that'll give me. Mostly I want to do it so I can put thicker wood in there, because a lot of the wood I use is 2 inches, 2 inch thick, which I guess planed out is 1.5 inches or so. And I can't remember, I think well, here, this would be your limit right here, from here to here. The limit here is 1 3/4 inch, right? So I couldn't even get the bit underneath properly. So yeah, so that's what I need to do. So yeah, and that does turn in there, so everything else seems not bad. It's not terrible. I mean, I didn't buy this to be a production machine, you know, but I do want to try to make a little money with it. And again, I bought it mostly for the laser to work with the drilling process. So that's the unveiling of it.